Hey guys, welcome to another episode of the Hangout with Charles podcast. It's the place for Christ, community, fellowship, and just I don't know what spectrum today's episode is on, but I hope you enjoy it. So thank you to The Cut for this episode. You can find me on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, or any of your listening platforms. Today's episode is titled If Love Was Enough. Listen, I'm not sure where to start from. Maybe I should start at the beginning and tell you a story of how fate brought us together. How meeting you felt less like coincidence and more like something written long before we met. It felt like destiny, us meeting, us falling in love. I remember thinking, this is it. I have met the one my heart truly loves. And you said the same to me. You said I love you. You said you had met the one your heart really loves. And I believed you. We found nicknames for each other. You were my anchor, steady, certain, the one who held ground when everything moved. And I was your harbor, the place you returned to, the place you rested. We had dreams, we had plans. We carried the quiet confidence of people who believe forever is already theirs. It wasn't just love, it was friendship. It was laughing at nothing and talking about everything. It was me telling you about the woman I was becoming, the things I wanted to write, the stories I was still too afraid to tell. And you listening like what I said actually mattered. We sang You and I by Onyeka like it had been written just for us. Not at a wedding, not in front of anyone, just in a room by ourselves. We argued about our first dance song. You liked She because she said it sounded like devotion. I liked He Knows because it felt like proof of my love for you. We couldn't settle, so we decided we'd dance to both. We're still up at midnight, planning Maldives, India, Dubai, sun and sand and everything we deserved. Still laughing like people who have no idea what is coming. And then something shifted. I felt it before I understood it. The calls at odd hours, the way you checked mirrors when we drove, the way you laughed a little too quickly when I asked if everything was okay. I asked. You said yes, but your eyes said something else, and I did not push. The last night, you were crying. I'd never seen you cry. You held my face in your hands, the way people hold things they know they are losing. You told me there were people, powerful people, that something you had uncovered had cost them more than they would forgive. I did not understand the full extent of it. I only understood your hands, the way they were shaking. You said, I love you, Habo. And I knew that was never the question. The question was, why wasn't it enough? You said, promise me. Promise me you will keep going. Promise me you will write the things you told me you were going to write. Promise me you will become everything you described to me in this room. I wanted to say, I will do none of it without you. I wanted to say, I don't care about the danger. But you were crying. And I'd never seen you cry. So I promised. Before you walked out, you took the chain from your neck, the one you never removed, the small compass that hung from it, the one that meant something to you, the one that now means everything to me. You pressed it into my hand. You didn't say anything. You didn't have to. You left. Love was there, alive, loud, certain, and it still wasn't enough. That is the part that breaks me. Not that we didn't love each other, but that we did, and it didn't change anything. You stood there, my anchor. But even anchors cannot hold when the tide refuses. We had love. We just didn't have a future. And sometimes I think that is worse than never having had it at all. Years passed. I learned how to breathe without you in the room. Sometimes I still check the news just to make sure you're alive. I learned new songs. Send my love to your new lover when I tried to sound strong. I love you when I wasn't. But none of them sounded like us. Once, I was standing in a crowd, and a man turned. And for just a moment, the way he stood, the way he held himself, my whole body forgot how much time had passed. It wasn't you. It is never you. But my heart has never fully learned that. I kept the promises. I wrote the things I was afraid to write. I became the woman I had described to you. I did every single thing I said I would do. I kept every promise you made me swear. And I have never once stopped wishing you were here to say it. And then one day, at the wedding, they played you and I. The same song, the same promise. The bride smiled like love was simple. I clapped. I laughed. Because that is what you do when you're carrying something no one else in the room can see. But inside, I was dancing to 2 songs we never got to finish. I wore white once, not because I was ready. My family wouldn't stop asking, so I said yes. It was easier than explaining what I had lost. He's a good man. He is kind. He sleeps peacefully beside me. When he slipped the ring onto my finger, my hands were steady. My breathing stayed even. There was no fire in my chest. No electricity. It was just quiet, just calm, and I am grateful for that calm. I truly am. I wear the chain still, every day. I have not taken it off. He has seen it 1,000 times. He has never asked what it means. I have never offered. Some nights I lie there, next to a man who does not know, and I think of you. And I do not know what to do with loving someone and still grieving someone else. We were not lacking. We were not broken. We knew what we wanted. But the world is an unfair place. Maybe fate betrayed us. Or maybe it protected us. I don't know. And for the first time, I'm not trying to know. Some loves, no matter how true, are not meant to survive this world. The chain is still there. The promises are kept. The words are written. And you're still the only story I've never been able to finish. And maybe somewhere in another version of our lives, anchor and harbor will not need protection to just exist. Bye-bye.